Hey there, fellow scavengers and salvagers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts Garrison. Episode 42, Pickin' Through Slim Pickins. I had originally, and I didn't think the redesign of the reactor room was going to take me quite as much time as it did, but I had planned on trying to make a galley and dining, like recreation and wellness. So those are the three rooms we're missing, is a galley, which is your kitchen, a wellness, and a recreation, which, you know, wellness is like treadmill and weight bench, and then recreation is your like TV and stuff. And those are the three rooms missing from the ship. But I think, given time, I could work on maybe two of them. But I did want to make a pit stop back to K-Leg first. Have I left the system? No, and I have in like previous series, but not in this series, and I don't intend to for this series. There's nowhere my character would want to go, role-playing wise. My character, if you're wondering, is pathologically shy, so it doesn't make sense to go to Venus, because all Venus is one giant shopping mall for the most part, which would be a panic attack inducing nightmare for my character. Big old no thanks. Is the visors from the new patch? Yes. Released a few days ago. Where's my dolly? Is there room on the dolly for floors? Actually, well, those are mobile light floors. Yeah, those are the floors I want to keep. Come on, dolly. Oh my god, I closed it twice. Because it was being hidden. All right. Hi, K-Leg. You assume if there was another massive boneyard scrapyard, the character... Yeah, so that's exactly right. There is not another boneyard or scrapyard anywhere. Like, there is a few derelicts out by Venus, but not many. Not really. So there's no reason to leave the boneyard if you are a happy salvager, in other words. Okay, I don't want to sell the hooves or horns. So selling the loose heliums to make room. Selling the meat, and then selling the modded cartridge because that one was boring. This PDA has some data. Now that I have access to the vents, let's not sell the PDAs. So here's what I'll do, just to show you the difference. If I go back to sell and total up the PDA value. Oh, I already sold the data for this one, never mind. And there's nothing on that one. So if I tried to sell the last PDA I had, this one has about 6.3k worth of or 7k nearly of information on it. 6,800. So let's see what the fence would give for it now that I have access to the fence, because I went through the whole like rigmarole of befriending the fence, but then I never ended up doing anything because they weren't selling cartridges. If you're worrying about version number, it's in the top right of the screen. FYI. So, she's selling a different assortment of things than the last time I spoke to her. But, oh, you don't... So, yeah, here it is. She's not interested in actually buying the PDA, but she'll buy the data for more than the, like, license dealer. So if you're trying to min-max your profit, there are definitely some things that are better to sell at the fence. It's just like, as far as I'm concerned, with the amount of money that I have, having to, like, take a trip over on transit to go talk to someone rather than talk to a kiosk is just not worth my time. But my larger point was, yes, you can make more money if you're trying to min-max your money by talking to the fence and selling most of the information to the fence, because the fence is your data broker. And then also, the fence will have like a random subset of items that that they want, and selling those random subset of items. So if the fence is asking for like a reactor part, selling that specific reactor part to the fence will yield you more money than you would have gotten from the license dealer or the scrap or anywhere else, generally speaking. But it's annoying to figure out exactly what they want, and you know, it's a nuisance, long and short of it. I could have more than one PDA for different visors, sure. I haven't had a need for it yet. I hate how my interaction spot for the core is like down here. You know, given that I'm sipping like 4 kilograms a day, I'll just leave my reactor on all the time. I don't see the reason to turn it off. I barely use any fuel, and it allows me to essentially ignore my power consumption. So, like, why turn it off? I'll just keep it on. I will close the door, though. It doesn't need to be opened anymore, because it has its own atmo. It does not have its own coolers. So, I'm going to venture back out, and the current priority is to find coolers for the reactor before working on other rooms. I don't have a lot of time left in the stream, so I'd rather find some coolers. And there are some new derelicts out here that I have not yet searched. Oops. Come on, let me go. I've already paid my bill. And then if there's other parts to be found out here that would help me build new rooms on my ship, I'll take those as well. And I'll update the priority in just a moment to reflect. All right, PDA note. Done. So the ship I put into relatively stable orbit around K-Leg has the Mobile Light and Orange Way parts. Seems reasonable. I'm going to tidy up my own ship a little bit. So one thing I want to do is the ship cabin. I know I have like books on the ground. I don't really care. But I was going to remove this from the barter zone so that things in here just aren't bartered. And then I can move all the meat parts in there. And actually, I'll keep the meat parts where it is. The other thing I was going to do is to remove the bathroom as part of the barter zone as well. So... C drag removes tiles. So the bathroom is no longer barter. And I can't ever drag well. There. And now the home compartment is not part of the barter zone either. The other update to the barter zone should contain these areas, because the ship has changed since I updated this last. Okay. That looks about right, and I will have... Actually, you know what? Things in the airlock can be bartered too. I don't really care. Cool. So the barter zone is now updated. So it doesn't include the reactor room, and it doesn't include the living quarter or bathroom, which is about right. The other thing I could reasonably do... Actually, no, now that it occurs to me, part bays can't be near your tanks. So I was going to say I could put my bays down here, but the game would forbid that, because the bays use the same sort of like substructure that the tanks do, so they can't be near one another. One thing I have not yet done is to set up a actual proper second suit. And you would think, having mentioning that, I would do that, but no, I don't intend to. I'm just gonna put the other suit in the living quarter, but not make. It doesn't have a battery. It doesn't have filters. It doesn't have an ox tank. I don't think. Why? What is going on with my bug log? Some viz issue. But it's like looping hardcore. Are you infinite looping? Like, whatever that bug is, go away. That can't be good. It looks as if I am on a ballistic trajectory with whatever that is. Slightly worried that we'll collide. But, you know, that's what vehicle insurance... Oh, no, it's fine. The other thing is I might be able to find a goat eye and another goat hoof while I'm out here. I mean, I'm not actively looking for it, but if I find it, I find it. So there's that too. So this is the J3GU. And, oh god, coming in hot. And I am looking for coolers, which are very common, and then any other parts that would help with atmospherics, like other sensors, pumps, etc. Plus, what the hell? Wait, I thought I was docked. No? That was weird. I like initiated dock. I initiated the clamps. It aligned, and then it didn't dock. There we go. So this is a D000 Lunamax. It's got field coils. God, this overlay is so amazing. I'm wearing my helmet, right? It's got... Yeah. It's got very little else. It's got a pellet feeder. It's pretty crap. It's got a heater, but that's not what I needed. I guess I'll check the crates. Oh, the other thing I just noticed is the crates, I can tell if they're locked or unlocked on the mass overlay, which is great. Because that was one of the issues I was having with the other overlays. The other Viz overlays, like this one, I can't tell if the crate's locked or not. The green light on it. Same with the damage overlay, I can't tell. But the mass overlay, no problem. Actually, am I in mass or price? So here's the price overlay, and I can tell. It's funny, like, in the price overlay, I can tell which ones are more full, gas can-wise. Like, this N2 has more N2 in it, 96%, than this one, 44, because it's more blue. Oh, and this one is this O2 is very full, I think. Because it's, quite blue. Yep, 96%. That's pretty cool. The vision overlay being able to just tell whether a gas can is, like, worth grabbing or not. That's a real benefit. I mean, I'm at this point, like, too wealthy to give a crap about O2 and N2. You know, I'm pushing $1 million and I don't have anything I need to buy worth anywhere near that amount. So it's like, I can essentially retire from being a salvager, except for looking for parts that I'm not able to purchase. Right? Realistically, I could have just bought my coolers, but, you know, I didn't on principle, I guess. If I can get it for free and I have a 30-day salvage pass, I might as well get it for free. Plus, I have a chance to find more visor overlays while looking for everything else. Another thing I could probably get in the in the habit of doing is to try to hook up my, hook up one of my ship's batteries to a derelict ship to power up derelict ships. Because with this new overlay, it's really easy to find conduit, right? Like, I can tell if there's intact conduit and where to install batteries much more easily than ever before, allowing me to power up another ship very, very, very quickly if I want to. So, like, in this configuration, there is a contiguous cable network here, it breaks here, and then there. Installing one conduit here and a battery would, like, power up the vast majority of the ship. There is a downside to that, of course, which is ships that have, like, sensors are noisy as hell. Speaking of which, I actually didn't check this for sensors, which I meant to. Is there... I don't really see any gas sensors on this ship. Yeah, there's like no sensors on this ship at all. So, alright, let's leave. Got everything I want. And go to the next derelict. Now that I can see night vision style, why would I need to power them up? I don't. Not really. The visors is just that amazing that it makes powering up a ship kind of unnecessary. Docking with this next one's going to be a little annoying because the RHZ is definitely in the way. So we'll just have to be careful upon approach. The overlays kind of remind me of Predator, you know, Predator Division or whatever. It definitely has that feel. But instead of running around with like a assault rifle, I'm running around with a katana, which is the primary difference. What? Proximity alarm already? No way. Must be some, yeah, just a buzz by. Visors might be too OP. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree. I think it would be reasonable to require some sort of like scanner so that you had to like scan the ship upon arrival, which cost a lot of power to do or something like that, therefore allowing you to use a visor. You know, like I could see it being a little bit more in depth like that. But it's also like a single player game, so being OP is kind of like not a problem if something's amazing, because okay, the player is stronger. You're not against anyone, so the balance is more or less preserved. At the end of the day, it does make playing easier and less frustrating, especially, and I haven't been doing it this episode, but especially that is the case when you're trying to, oh god, we're coming in way hot. That is especially the case when you're trying to like pressurize something, because you can way more effectively troubleshoot where you have holes than ever before. Like that is one of the biggest things with this visor, in my opinion, is it makes flipping derelicts significantly less painful. They need to be affected by the fog of war? Yeah, I get that. I can agree with that. Something. Or maybe, or maybe like a game option. Oh god, I just hit. For one of the, oh, and it's meaty. For one or the other. Oh, Jesus. So you're dead. Damien Chen. What are you, anyway? You are a pirate? Oh, I get to use my pirate greeter. Swing. You know what's crazy? Is I can even see the different goat parts on the overlay, because they're like a different mass. God, that makes so easy. There are no eyeballs, though. Hello, my man. So, let's go ahead and greet you proper. Strip ended. Drag you over to the hole. And jettison you out to space. Bye! I rescued you from the meat. You're welcome. This heavy water canister is 3/5 full, so it's full as hell. Ooh, a helmet that matches my helmet. Or that matches my suit. Nice, if I wanted to match. I kind of wanted to be in all black, given I'm a might bit evil. Also, I think the game keeps pausing because it's like, meat. It's like, yeah, I know there's meat. You don't need to pause every 3 seconds. I don't think the dude had a PDA. Because I stripped him before I threw him out, unless it's in the crate he was holding. No PDA. And I don't think he hit me. I wasn't really looking at the combat logs, but he was cocooning and I came out and I was like, yeah! And he just died. It was not much of a fight. I don't think really, he might have tried to punch me once and then he was like, I guess I'm dead. Alright, so crate. He had a cutlass on him? What an idiot! He could have fought back. He just decided to die. He also had an EVA filter and a ox bottle, which I can stick into my other spare suit. Alright, this ship has No coolers, but it does have a CO2 alarm that I could grab and take, because I wanted potentially to have more atmospherics. Of course it's broken, but like I'll fix it. Can I highlight the katana name? Yeah, I can show you how to rename things. So if you have the item, oh, hold on. Like in an inventory or something, you can rename it. So the pirate greeter, if I mouse over it, I can say this is the pirate solution to piracy. Right? And you rename things. There was an update that previously it allowed you to rename like people, and they patched that because it was not supposed to be allowed, and it was a big old bug. What's the meat doing? Yeah, it's spreading. I don't know. It's chilling, given that it's in deep space. I don't really know what it's doing. I, for one, try not to understand the meat. I just let it. I just kill it when I need to. What other... So there is an O2 alarm here, too. So I got a CO2 pressure alarm, which actually, come to think of it, I don't think I have one on my ship. Do I? Maybe not. I'm not sure. We got a spare O2 alarm. What other alarms are here? I think that's it. I haven't checked the racks. Yeah. That transponder is broken, yeah. White. Okay. Well, we're done with this. I did get 2 new alarms, which I'll put in the reactor bay, because I intend to install them, so I don't want to get rid of them. So I have a thermostat. Oh no, I do have a CO2 alarm. It's just not hooked up to anything, because I don't have a CO2 scrubber. I didn't... So the last thing well, before I leave, let's go ahead and take one more hoof, because I just need one more hoof and then one more eye to finish the meat stuff. And I'm already holding the solution to piracy, so it makes getting a hoof no problem. There we go. Okay, we're done on the ship. I'll put the hoof in the bathroom. What is my melee training? 50%. I've been killing a lot of people. I mean, they've all been pirates. Well, no, I take that back. One was a criminal, not a pirate, and I probably didn't need to kill him. My mind just went to murder pretty quickly. Probably shouldn't have, but technically speaking, criminals don't try to kill you like pirates do. Pirates try to kill you. And to be fair, pirates generally don't kill you. They, like, will demand that you surrender or whatever. I just never get to that point because I refuse to speak to them. There is a, there is another derelict here, which is, being towed or something. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on. But I was looking for coolers, so what I can start to do is revisit other ships. Just because I quite possibly would have just ignored coolers and not taken them. So, with the very little time remaining, what is going on with my range? There's something weird going on with my game right now. I'm like trying to select the MRHZ as a target, and my point of reference is all wrong. Like, super wrong. How about this? I will instrument read only dock with this thing. This is gonna go so wrong. I'm gonna save. Nothing like a docking without knowing how fast you're moving or anything. Hail ship, you. Docking procedure. I wonder if we'll fix if I... Yeah, okay. This will work. Apparently my relative velocity was only like 10 meters per second, which is running speed. The other thing I wanted to check out is my reactor has been on this whole time, and the door is closed, and it doesn't have cooling built in. That might be a bad idea. So the temp in my main cabin is 298 Kelvin. It's 301. It's not that much hotter. It's not great, but it's not going to kill me. Ooh, this is a honker. It has a nav station I never took. Okay, for a second I was like, am I wearing my helmet? It's got some reactor parts. It's got no coolers though. I don't really need extra thrusters. My thrust to weight ratio is still pretty fine. But I think this is the price overlay. Again, I still say it needs to tell you what overlay you're enabling. Especially when you have two, like, tier 3 cartridges. I have access to 4 different overlays. I can't... I mean, hypothetically, I could memorize which order they're in or whatever. But, like, that... I feel like there needs to be a tell for what overlay you're in. Grab the fridge? Yeah, I could grab the fridge for the galley. Sure. It's kind of a chonky thing to hold on to, though. Takes up a bunch of room. My guess is, because I've already searched these ships, their loot pools are already predetermined, meaning if I search the bins again, it's not like I'm going to find, like, cartridges, because I've been here, so that they wouldn't generate cartridges from nothing. It's just not really how the game works. And unfortunately, as far as I can tell, they don't have, at least this one didn't have, coolers or anything like that. Not what I was looking for. But we have a fridge later for the galley. Once we have a galley ready to go. The other thing is we did get O2 and CO2. I don't probably need the CO2 alarm, because you generally on one ship you only install like one CO2 scrubber. More than one CO2 scrubber is a little overkill unless you have a lot of crew, because, you know, I'm not generating a lot of CO2. Certainly not enough to need more than one scrubber. But let's take the thermostat. And then if I could find an N2 alarm, that'd be great. So there's an O2, CO2. The price overlay definitely helps you to find things in walls, because typical walls are not worth anything. So if there's something installed on the wall, it's going to light up, and it helps you ignore like posters and things like that. I don't think that there is a nitrogen sensor or alarm on this ship, though. At least not one I can find. So I will try one more derelict before calling it quits. You know, I could grab a door. The thing about doors is they're like pretty common, and they take up 5 spaces. So for the sake of space, I think I'll just leave it. Because it's not hard to find doors. Oh great, that ship was called Purgatory. Oh, hey, look at that! Something fresh came in from the yard. So that's the last destination this stream. And we'll get there pretty quickly. By my estimation. Moving at 370 meters per second. What is that in kilometers per hour? 370... That is 1,332 kilometers an hour. Or 827 miles per hour. So, like, twice the speed of sound. Well, okay, the speed of sound is a little relative, and in space, there isn't one. Because, you know, the lack of things to vibrate in the atmosphere, but still, we're going like Mach 2. It ain't slow. And it's funny, because that's like nothing compared to like getting to Venus. When you do a transfer burn. Oh, I've been awake for 24 hours, and I'm searching for intimacy? Yeah. I know how that be. Alright. JA6Y. Are you going to be the miracle ship I'm after? Are you going to have everything I want? I don't even know what I want. I guess super awesome cartridges? And coolers. It's a small ask. Or maybe a goat eye. I wouldn't mind that either. Having kids will do that to you? Yeah. In fact, this week more than most. Because my wife and I are trying to cut out naps. Which has been hard. Oh, God. What the frick happened here? This ship is trashed. I've seen ships in worse condition, but this one is, for its size, particularly bad. With that said, I'll still search it. Maybe we'll get some cartridge magic. I'm going to use the price overlay for this one, so I can spot the wall sensors, which it has like none. It's also this overlay, the price one, is really good to see subfloor bins. Because subfloor bins, like previously, subfloor bins are pretty easy to overlook. Mixed in with general debris. But with price or mass overlay, they light up pretty, they contrast pretty starkly with the rest of the ship. Allowing you to do a way more thorough search. 4x4 racks might be nice to grab. Although, we can always buy them if I really want them. Well, that didn't take very long. This thing has been picked over. And it sucks. Oh well. An attempt was made. And I think I'm going to decouple from the ship. I don't think that there's any other... I mean, there might be some in the shadow of K-Leg, but I don't think there's any other derelicts around at the moment. But regardless, this is where I'm going to leave off. Maybe before I do that, take the helmet off. But yeah, this is where I'm going to leave off for the stream. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow astronauts.